All time to get entertaining now because F1's just about reaching, of course, and Arjun's here to tell us who are the artists who are going to be entertaining us this time.
Well, as I said before, we moved the whole thing into lap this year, and that's going to happen at the club. So we went with more of a DJ lineup, and that's what we're going to do. So the first, on Friday, we're going to have like Beardy Man. He is the king of Beat Mash. He's #1 DJ of Beat Mash, and he's really, really interesting. I mean, he's played at the Glastonbury Film Music Festival, at big festivals in front of 20,000 people, 30,000 people. So I think that's going to be very unique, something people have not experienced. His Little Lolitas will introduce him. That's another lot of DJs who are good. But Beardy Man's going to be the main headliner for Friday. Every night we have the Cirque du Soleil, people from Cirque du Soleil who are going to be performing through the night. You know, it's not that they're going to be doing one act or whatever. So these are people basically which you've heard of Cirque du Soleil, which is this whole, the gymnasts and the acrobats who, that whole circus that they do. So they took it a step further, where they took it into nightlife, and that's Cirque du Soleil. And so there are people from there who are going to be coming down here. So you'll have guys on stilts and, very funky people with funky hairdos, people doing different things. Everything is very thematic. And the theme keeps changing every day. So Friday would be one theme, and then Saturday there'd be another theme with them. And there would be a lineup of Dirty Vegas, who are Grammy Award winners. There's EDR, and there is Junior Sanchez. So I've got 3 DJs there on Saturday, which is a big night for us. And that night, the 3 top DJs with totally different sounds are going to come together and spin. So it just progresses into something. So from something more vocals into something more commercial, into something more deep and progressive house. So that's what that night's going to be like. And then on the 3rd night, we have the Electrolytes. There's these 2 girls who are very hot, very sexy, and that's not the reason why they're only there. They also are very good DJs, and they spin really well. And there's going to be Gareth Emery, who will be coming and headlining the Sunday night, and most probably I'll be spinning there as well.
This year is completely DJs. Is that one of the reasons why it moved to lap Chanakyapuri rather than lap Greater Noida?
The day we decided that we moved it to lap, I mean, it was impossible to do, I had a contract, it was ready. I thought, okay, maybe we get somebody like a 50 Cent or somebody in. And then it just doesn't make sense because A, the venue gets much smaller, okay, which is economically not feasible to get a big artist down. You don't have a stage, where you're going to be putting a stage up and a performance kind of a thing that happened like we did last year. Last year we had 1,500 to 1,600 people. This time you're restricted to 600, 650 people, which is more exclusive, but a lot more affordable as well. And I think a more intimate experience. And the only way you can do that is through DJs. You can't do that through having a big... It'll be a waste for a big artist to come. Where does he stand? How does he perform? Those were the challenges that we had in mind. Of course, maybe next year we will do one there and we'll do one at lap as well. But let's see. So I think, yeah, it was better to go down with DJs, a good lineup of DJs, and people to just come and have a good party.
And is this something you're trying to say that this is, what Arjun Rampal likes, so people should appreciate that as well? India is ready definitely for, we see people flocking to abroad for Tomorrowland, for all these festivals. I know you went for that as well. So do you think you're trying to get that into India? Which is not something we had earlier, a DJ culture.
Well, definitely. I think DJs today are superstars. They're rock stars. You go to festivals like Tomorrowland and, any festival, or Coachella, or any of these places, and you see 40, 50,000 people. And this guy just with knobs, spinning and taking these people on a ride, and an experience. And I think that is the new way of, DJs are in their peaks right now, and all these DJs are DJs who play in all the top festivals in the world, and they're different sounds. Each one has got a unique style. Each one is definitely, got a lot of credibility. So, and it's taken them time. It's not that it's happened overnight. These guys have come up over the years, doing what they do. So, yeah, it makes sense to do that. I mean, I would want a bigger venue, to get more people to experience it. And that's I will do when I do my music festival. When we do Lost, we will do that for people. But yes, I think it's a very, people are going to love it. It is, especially the beat mash, what Birdie Man does, because what he takes is, he takes in old tracks, he uses a lot of percussion through his mouth, and he spins at the same time, and then he sings, and he'll get these familiar old tunes with you, and it's very unique. So they're very unique styles which are going to come together, and I want them to get a taste of every little thing.
Well, definitely we're looking forward to that. But for people who are, who've heard the lineup now, who are going to come to Lap, they'll want a whole new different experience. So you've got the lasers coming out. There's a VIP room, VVIP room, of course.
No, we've called it the Celeb Room. Okay, and that's going to be launched now with Formula One, which is in the backside of the thing, which has got its own DJ, it's got its own bar. You can book it out completely for yourself, and yeah, so it's more private and unique to yourself.
I see a lot of celebs there.
I think so, yeah. That's why it's called the Celeb Room.
Looking forward to that, and of course we're looking forward to seeing you spin some tunes as well. I think the fans.
Yeah, I think it'll be fun. I like to spin sometimes, and if Gareth Emery allows me to get onto those mixers, I'll give it a chance.
One last shout out to all the fans who are watching you just now. Why should they be there this F1 at Lap?
Well, it's very unique. It's going to be very different. It's going to be different every night. It's going to be more intimate. It's going to be cozier. You're going to be looked after better. And trust me, I'll show you a really, really good time.
Well, that's Arjun Rampal promising you a really good time. And let's hope the party really gets started this Formula One weekend. With video journalist Imran Uday Pratap Singh in Delhi.